How's it going, everybody? Chris Cards here. Super Bowl Sunday, and let's do some football returns. Don't normally do football returns, but I have been getting football returns over the years. This one I sent out in October of 2019. I got this back January 2021. We got 8 total returns for you today. This is our first pitcher 8x10 return, hopefully, successfully, from Bill Belichick. 6-time Super Bowl champion as a coach, head coach, and 2-time Super Bowl champion as a defensive coordinator of my New York Giants. That was the wide right Super Bowl and the other Super Bowl against the Broncos. He's been with the Patriots for the last 20 years. I got a very nicely signed letterhead from him as well. Blue Sharpie on both. That's not the usual 8x10 I see. I've been seeing a lot of returns of him recently where he's at the Super Bowl and it's a full body shot and you see the field. It's a much better photo than this, although there is a timestamp on the bottom right corner, which is kind of weird, but I got this one. This might have been a leftover one. It's not as nice, but I'm not going to complain. This was a long time, 447 days. I'm not sure why it took so long. He's been signing quite a bit recently. Here's the information if you want to get Bill. Very plain signature, but who cares? A very nice return from Bill Belichick. I've opened up envelopes over the course of the last few years. So the following returns, I have double checked all of the addresses and success rates so you guys can share in on some of the return successes, hopefully. So these are from the past or so, but all the updates at the end with the addresses are current. So let's move on to our second return, our second football return on this Super Bowl Sunday. This one is from the Atlanta metro area. See who we have in here. And we have Dan Reeves. Dan Reeves, a football coach for quite a few years. 2-time coach of the year. Last coach in the NFL in 2003 with the Falcons. But he's got 2 Super Bowl rings, Super Bowl 6 and Super Bowl 12 with the Cowboys. Yes, he was a running back, so pretty awesome return from him. The index card as well as the 2 cards signed very nicely. I remember when I went to Giants training camp when I was a youngster. It had to have been 93 when I met him. It could have been 94 perhaps, but 93 or 94. I went 2 years, and 1 year he was there, and he signed a card for me. That was pretty cool. That was a long time ago, back when you had to get autographs the hard way. So had a lot of fun growing up in New Jersey and doing stuff like that. But there you go, guys. Dan Reeves, for the second time in my life, another auto from him. 2 autos, in fact. Very nicely done by him. There's his information. And let's move on to our next return. Next return from Northern Virginia. Tear into this bad boy like a pro and find out who we've got inside. We've got my request there, as well as a blue payment sheet, I would assume. Let's see who we got here. Oh, we've got Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Theismann. Mr. Heisman charges for his autograph. I think I gave him the required amount. He still sent a price list, though. There it is, signed very nicely. Hall of Fame in 2003. Had a gruesome injury in 1985. Ended his career, unfortunately, but the previous 10 years were good enough to land him into the Hall of Fame. Looks like he signed 2 of the 4. So perhaps I did not send enough dinero his way. He requests money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is a worthy cause for sure. Let's take a look at this so you guys can get the info and find out how to get your own Joe Theismann card signed, if you can read that, or perhaps pause that and read that. At the very bottom, you can go to joetheismann.com to get more information. That's Theismann with 2 N's. And that's it. Joe Theismann, pretty cool return. I don't get many football returns, but I try to send off to guys that I'm not sending off to the Mickey Morandinis of the football world. Let's say that. So there's his information, guys. And here, of course, is the incredible similarities between his injuries and Alex's Smith injuries. And I have to post this. I stole it off Twitter. It's incredible. Look at this. All right. After you look at that, let's move on to our next return. All right, next up we have a return from New York. New York. And it is battered and bruised, but everything hopefully is still inside the envelope. And we have just one card in here from Bill Cowher, Super Bowl 40 championship head coach. Bill Cowher, 15-year manager, 15-year coach. Retired after 15 years, pretty young. 2004 was the last year he coached. Member of the 2020 Hall of Fame. He's only 63 years old, and you know Belichick is 68, so he could have been probably coaching for the last 15 years at least if he wanted to. Coach of the year several times. Always looked surly and awesome on the sidelines in that Pittsburgh Steelers gear. I do a lot of baseball stuff. Manager, Pirates. Steeler gear out there on the sideline looking awesome and pissed off all the time. That's how I want my head coach to look, and he looks the part. And there's his information there in New York City. He is a pretty good return. Might take a while. Pretty happy with this. Glad to get the card back. Looks like it's a little bit smudged, but well, what are you going to do? It is what it is. Very happy to have it in my collection. Thank you very much, Bill. Let's move on to our next return. All right, folks. Baltimore, Maryland, our next return. Energy Awareness Month, FYI, and we've got an address label on the back from Lenny Moore. This is going to be a football return. Football return in my mailbox is like spotting a unicorn, but it's Lenny Moore, Hall of Famer, 1975, and I'm yanking out the 1958 Topps card he signed very nicely, including the Hall of Fame card I got from the wonderful, fantastic Chad Hopkins, friend of the channel. Friend of everybody, check out his channel. He sent me a package of those signature cards with a bunch of samples in it, and I finally got to use one, the Hall of Fame one, so very nice. Lenny Moore was the man. All NFL team, 1950s, 1956 Rookie of the Year, 7-time Pro Bowler. He was a halfback. Look that one up, kids. That used to be a position. 11 years with the Baltimore Colts, and he's still in Baltimore. What a guy. Very nice. This did cost maybe $10, I think, so still worth it. Nice signature for a Hall of Famer like that. Sweet 1958 Topps card, and that is a good return, my friends. Let's move on to our next. Next is from North Texas. The anticipation builds. Looks like we've got Mr. Lilly. That's going to be Bob Lilly. Hall of Famer, 1980 NFL Hall of Fame and 1981 College Football Hall of Fame. College football must have said, hey, NFL just put him in. We got to put him in. So that's what they did. Look at that. Played his entire career with the Cowboys, all 13 seasons. Defensive tackle for them. Missed only one game in those 13 seasons. Winner of Super Bowl 6. Hometown of Pendleton, Oregon. Home of the Pendleton Roundup. Not too far from me. Bob Lilly. This cost $10, I believe. Your mileage may vary, but 2 cards and $10 seems to get it done. Signed very nicely. One of the more modern cards I like sending along, plus an old vintage card. There are some pretty cool modern football cards of old school legends that look really good signed, and of course their old school cards also look good signed. So a little bit of both right there from Bob Lilly. There is his information. Another Hall of Famer. All-decade team, 60s and 70s. That's impressive. That's Bob Lilly, folks. Let's move on to our next return. Next up is from North Texas. And we have, looks like we got a football return from Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett, drafted number 2 overall in the 77 draft by the Seahawks. Told the Seahawks he did not want to play for them. Cowboys traded up and traded with the Seahawks and took Dorsett number 2. It was a good choice for them. Ran for 1,007 yards his rookie year with the Cowboys. That was a record for a rookie running back that was held 39 years until 2016 when Zeke Elliott broke it by about 100 yards. Very nice signatures from Tony there. Nice cards, too. I was happy to pick these up on eBay and send them out to him. Super Bowl champion. 1978, Super Bowl 12 that was. He was a champion with the Cowboys. MVPs of that Super Bowl were a defensive end and a defensive tackle, so go figure, huh? Times have changed, that's for sure. Very cool return from Tony Dorsett. I know it costs some money. I'm sure I'll put that down in the info down below so you guys can know what to expect from him. And that's it. On to the next. New Orleans, Louisiana. Let's get a handle on this, see who we have for our next return. And it's going to be, all right, it's going to be Archie Manning. Whoa, Archie Manning, all right. Cool return from him. Now, many of you, of course, know Peyton and Eli, his kids, maybe even Connor a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Nicely signed there. Sent him two of the same card. I don't have many football cards. I don't know why I sent two of the same. He's got probably a million cards out there I could have chosen from. But anyway, that's a very nice return from Archie Manning. Played for the Saints, Oilers, and Vikings. Two-time Pro Bowler. Played 13 seasons. Never had a winning record. Never made it to the playoffs. His career winning percentage was 35, 101, and 3. That is just a tick over 25% winning percentage, worse than NFL history, with at least 100 starts from an NFL quarterback. Pretty bad, but you know what? He was on some absolutely dreadful teams, sacked 337 times. He put guys in the Hall of Fame just because of their numbers against him, so there you have it. That's probably why Eli turned down the Chargers, because when you get drafted to a historically bad franchise, usually bad things just continue to happen. So don't blame him there for Eli turning down the Chargers for the Giants. Ended up with 2 rings. Probably mediocre quarterback. Might still make it to the Hall of Fame. So there you have the legend of Archie Manning. Very good return from him. He sometimes just RTSs quite a bit, so you just got to sneak one through on him. He does not have a fee, which is nice, but there's his information, guys. And there you have it, guys. Nice little haul from the last few months of football returns. Thought I'd do a cute little Super Bowl Sunday through the mail episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Got a lot of more football cards floating around the ether right now. Hopefully I'll get them back maybe for kickoff for the 2021 season. I'll do another one of these. I've done one in the past. I'll link that up here at the end. You'll see the video linked up at the end if you want to check that out, see who I got back previously. 5 Hall of Famers out of these 8 returns. Going to be 6. Bill Belichick's definitely going to get in Hall of Fame, so it'll be 6 of 8 Hall of Famers. Pretty cool returns from these guys. And as I mentioned in one of the videos, I go after some of the ones you probably got to spend some money on, or some of the like Hall of Famers or some of the bigger players. So hope everyone enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs are just too talented. I think they're going to pull it off today against Brady. I know a lot of people say don't bet against Brady, but I'm gonna bet against Brady. So we'll see what Mahomes can do and the Chiefs. See if I'm right or not. Come tomorrow for Through the Mail Monday. Hope you guys join me for that. Hit that subscribe button if you please. I'd enjoy that immensely. Just hit the 3K mark. Super excited about that. And yeah, I put up videos every week, so all sorts of random stuff too. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.